there are some instances I believe there should be separate accounts. Because if this spouse is using drugs or whatever it may be, and it's to the point where y'all putting y'all money together collectively,
handling addictions,
and we can't pay these bills because of your addictions,
right.
I'll be a fool.
Nah, definitely.
Follow the norm of there should be one bank account.
But what's crazy is that, see, she was the one in charge of moving the money around. That's the thing.
The wife. Oh, you talking about this? Okay, so I had to move from that wife because in that instance, Sush just got advice from somebody who was traumatized.
Right.
And she told her daughter, hey, put some money away just in case this man decides to go.
And then guess what happened at the end? What she prepared for happened. Welcome. This is Relationships 101. I'm your host, Sylvester Wilson.
And I'm your co-host, Jasmine Wilson.
Yes, baby.
Money.
Hey. Money.
That's what we talking about today, y'all. I was waiting on this topic. I've been ready to tap into this this financial topic, because everybody swear they're a financial guru, but their relationships failing. So it's like, okay, you know how to master money, but not relationships, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to get into it. Why? Because it is...
money time.
It is the leading cause. They say 20 to 40% of divorces and because of financial disputes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So to make it more practical, if you see 10 couples, 4 couples out of that 10 is going to end because of financial reasons.
That's hard. But it's real.
We got to make sure we ain't one of the 4.
I'm telling you.
when we were with 10 people, 10
keep
couples.
Your eyes on them books. Keep your eyes on them books.
So do you feel like them keeping their eyes on the books is what's going?
Yeah, definitely. But some of the reasons for it
Let's clarify what books? Facebook?
The money books, not Facebook. The money book. Facebook will have you spending. You know what I'm saying? It'll have you tapping into that pocket. But I'm talking about the money books, the account. Keep your eyes on those numbers, because when they deplete, like you say, the marriage starts depleting.
But it says marriage is until death do us part, not till money run dry.
That's true. But as a wise old man told me before, finance kills romance.
That's true.
And if you ain't got no finance, then you ain't got no romance. I'm sorry. It's going to make it real hard.
So how do you feel about couples? No, let me clarify.
Yeah.
Because if I'm dating somebody, I'm not combining nothing. Like, I don't even know who you are, how you handle your money, how risky you are.
Okay.
None of that.
I mean, that's fair.
So I'm going to specify.
Yeah.
How do you feel about couples that have separate bank accounts?
Again, depends on the type of couple. What level are they on? Are they a committed relationship couple?
I'm talking about you're
They
married.
dating? Are you married? Okay.
Like us.
Okay. I don't necessarily believe that it's the best thing to have
Separate accounts.
I don't. I don't think that you should. I mean, what's the reason for it? That got to be that's my question. What's the reason for it?
What's the reason for the separate account?
Yeah, because I saw this video. There's a video on social media right now going around where this lady is talking about somebody else on the podcast. They was reading a story from a lady a wife who had this secret account, stashing her secret little stash. She was emergency stash. She, just in case stash. She's stashing money away. And I think she was putting away something like $600 or something like every, because she was the one in charge of the finances, you know what I'm saying, moving the money around. So she was putting this big $600 and something, I think, away every time, and the man lost his job, and the man went. I'm talking about he down to Ubering, doing Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying, and not letting her work. So he had to do a whole lot of eating and Ubering going on, and he would not let her work. However, she steady stashing. And she said
never told him about this?
She never told him about it.
It didn't come out when they got in that.
It ended up coming out, but what she started.
No, like she ended up spitting some money out because he lost his job.
Heck nah.
Oh,
she got this advice from her mother, who was, it was not good advice, just because that's your mama, right? Her mama could have been some bruised and battered woman, who she can only give advice from her experiences, which were not good ones, and experiences. We have experiences so that we can learn from them. If you don't learn from them, then you can't give sound advice from the experience if you didn't learn a lesson, right, from the experience. And obviously, her mama, she,
that's probably the lesson her mama learned. She probably was one of those that invested fully into her marriage, and at the end of it, she walked away with nothing. So her trauma, she's, living it out through her daughter, like, hey, have a secret stash. Not saying I agree in the secret stash.
No, but that's what she was coming from.
Yeah, she was probably coming from that place because she probably did that. But I just feel like a secret stash to leave. Why is that even a thought?
Why is that even a thought? Like, you got to know your person. Like, know the person you with. If that person make you feel like you need a secret stash, then you probably don't need to be there. Like, all together. Or y'all need to start talking about whatever it is about that person that makes you feel that way. Let's start addressing that instead of just being passive aggressive. Because that's really like passive aggressive finances.
About it.
That's a passive aggressive way to handle your finances, right? I ain't gonna argue about it. I ain't gonna address it. I'm just gonna start stashing money, and that's not the way to handle that. If your spouse makes you feel away, and make you feel like you got to be doing something like that, man, step to your spouse, man. Like, y'all had that talk, that hard talk, hard conversation about that.
I was going to say, like, maybe the guy, because I always got to speak up when you come for the women. I'm a woman.
Oh,
I'm not stashing money, but I'm saying, what if she's dating a guy who's either doing something illegal activity.
Okay.
And she's afraid that one day he may possibly go to jail. He may possibly lose it all. So I got this secret stash for myself to leave. How do we handle those type of relationships?
I mean, if that's the scenario, I can understand that. You already know that this thing is fleeting.
It's risky.
I mean, everything is fleeting, right? Like, even these jobs and these careers that we got, that we put so much faith in, that could be here today, gone tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So, but what I just don't agree with the secret part.
The secret.
Like, let's say, okay, babe, I'm gonna be putting away some money just in case, okay? Mm-hmm. Because I know you doing what you doing, right? So I'm gonna be packing this away just in case, right? For us, just in case.
For us.
Even so, if you go away, me and the kids, we taken care of, or I'm taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right? Not a secret. If he got a problem with that, then now you got to think about
what you doing.
The person you with. Now you got to reevaluate the person you with. If he got a problem with that, that's just forward thinking.
And then when we speak on mental health issues, say there's substance abuse or gambling or addictions that takes away from the family, then you got those type of women that's kind of, so I guess I'm just trying to point out for us it's not all for one, like, put all the money together. There are some instances I believe there should be separate accounts. Because if this spouse is using drugs or whatever it may be, and it's to the point where y'all putting y'all money together collectively.
Gambling addictions.
And we can't pay these bills because of your addictions.
Right.
I'll be a fool.
Nah, definitely.
Follow the norm of there should be one.
Right.
bank account.
But what's crazy is that, see, she was the one in charge of moving the money around. That's the thing.
The wife. Oh, you talking about this? Okay, so I had to move from that wife because in that instance, Sush just got advice from somebody who was traumatized.
Right.
And she told her daughter, hey, put some money away just in case this man decides to go.
And then guess what happened at the end? What she prepared for happened.
Absolutely.
So in essence, she used her faith. She definitely did. And it worked. But it's just she used it to destroy her marriage. Like, faith is going to work regardless, right? Mm-hmm. You prepare. She actually started putting money away for that thing, right? Without even seeing it. Without it even existing, she started preparing for it. She prepared. Herself. She used her faith, her thoughts to manifest that in her marriage. So why couldn't she use her faith
to say it's gonna work,
to manifest?
Be good.
You know, this thing actually working for her husband and for herself, right?
We use a lot of faith, y'all, because baby, it's one account. If somebody ever thought they was gonna give my husband money, they gonna have to want you for another reason, because the money is inaccessible. Like, we are joint. There's that one account. We see transactions. We notice transactions. We talk about budgets. Mm-hmm. And we're using our faith that, hey, in the end, we hope this is to death do us part.
I mean, that's what we aiming for.
That's what we aiming for.
However,
I feel like a lot of secrecy and when accounts are separated in committed relationships, I feel like it just leave way for too much to happen.
It do.
Whether you paying for sex, cash apping your slider. Right. I just feel like it gets too messy when money is secret.
Paying for a secret hotel room.
Secret hotel.
I mean, it's definitely it definitely leave a lot of space.
It's space. Right.
Another thing, another wise man said, right, that I picked up on. He said, you know, I've had plenty. He said, in my marriage, I've had plenty opportunities to fail. I just never took any. And to me, those are opportunities to fail. Because ain't nobody superhuman. Ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
There's no perfect husband. And those opportunities, like, you want to, like, let's lessen those opportunities for failure. Let's lessen them. Mm-hmm. Let's not even give ourselves those opportunities, man, if we can help it. But you said I was coming for the women.
Yeah, you was coming for
I ain't actually started coming for the women yet, because let me bring up let me bring up a real good fact, right? I should have got the numbers on this, but I'm guaranteed, like, there's a very, according to the conversations I'm having with men, okay, and experiences that men have had, okay, and this is the month of men's mental health, okay. There's a lot of men who go through mental anguish, depression, anxiety, even within their marriage, because for whatever reason, something that they're getting from the spouse, like I said, y'all gotta have that hard conversation and attack that, whatever that is makes you feel that way. But they're having some issues with feeling like they need to be putting away some money for themselves. Guys need to be having a secret stash, because guess what happens? The way the system is set up for us, if there is a split, 9 times out of 10, if anybody gonna have to find another place to stay, it's gonna be that man. If anybody else is gonna have to build up from the ground up as far as financially, it's gonna be that man. And it's gonna be harder with child support or alimony on top of that. Yeah, so a lot of guys who have been or seen other guys left out in the cold like that, and that woman may love you now, but then when all those emotions and the toxicity get in there and all of the, you know, at that moment, it's like a dog eat dog thing. It's a dog fight when it comes to those divorces a lot of times. I wish it wasn't, but these are just facts that we're dealing with. And a lot of men end up with the wrong, with the short end of the stick. Like, these are so not only
women are stashing, men are now starting to stash money as well.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
so not only do we have that $1,000 emergency fund that we should have in case of emergencies in the home, you know what they say, or 6 months, we now have the emergency stash for the family, and emergency stash is for self.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just sounds like it's a lot of unhealthy people trying to create a union and not working on that healing so that we never reach that place of divorce. So instead of telling these guys, or I hear you was feeling sorry for them. Like I was about to say, you want to cry for them? Like, oh, he's having like it touched you.
Man, look here.
But I just feel like what happened in that process where they stopped working? Like, what happened in the relationship where it turned sour or it turned bitter? Like, I know we only talking about finances, but even emotionally unstable people, sometimes we get in financial trouble because we're going out spending money that we don't have, or gambling, or drinking every night, whatever it may be, whatever, it's taken away from the finances of the home. But when and where do we stop growing till we reach the point of this may happen? Because instead of the guys being so focused on their anxiety and I need to be stashing money, it sounds like they need to be focused on what do my wife need from me in this season? Who do I need to be right now? Use that anxiety to make your relationship better. Just how the girl used her mom advice to bring about the relationship ending, and now she walking away with $46,000 or whatever it was.
Right.
I think we need to encourage them to use their energy that way.
In a different way. I mean, there's, different scenarios.
Unless they just need to be honest with each other. The relationship is over. Maybe that's when they start stashing money. Because when you're in that honeymoon phase, I don't really think you stashing money. You really think this relationship gonna work?
No, definitely.
I think they start stashing money when they feel like, I ain't in it. I ain't interested. I don't want it no more. I'm done with. Why we can't communicate that?
Or they just, like I said, when it comes to men, it's the system that we look at. The system is designed that if it does go down, you out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to start from sticks and twigs and build something yourself with less. And once you see it happen to another man, like, that's like, it's scary. It's scary. So, I just feel like, maybe men just need to, we got to address it.
Yes.
We got to address it.
Y'all got to communicate
Whatever makes
more.
You feel
y'all need to reach out for help.
Whatever makes you feel that way. Pull your spouse down to the side and
have the hard conversation, the tough conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like when you getting into a relationship, even if you already in it, y'all could have already been married X amount of years, whatever, right? And the way it started out, this person was already, the money manager or whatever. But that also has to be a conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Who's going to manage the finances?
Right.
And then what happens is we got to know each other's strengths.
Absolutely.
And when you starting off, you don't know, right? So trial and error.
Right.
Go ahead and handle it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it becomes, to be an issue or whatever, then we'll switch. Right? Because we trying to figure some things out. Mm-hmm. I ain't saying you bad at finances or money management. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But see, these are things too.
But I don't think.
Yeah, wait. These are things too that you would know if you are intentionally dating this person before y'all got that serious. You'd have already known, right?
This nigga ain't good with money.
Or
this chick ain't good with money.
she be looking good, but it's at the expense of that account. And she ain't keeping that thing in balance. She's not good with the finances.
I would say, I think starting off, going back to the point you made earlier, they should start off working on a budget together. Like managing money together.
Okay.
Paying the bills together. Like sitting down and really having those financial conversations. And doing it together, you'll see who's the stronger person
definitely.
that. And then you just trust but verify. Like, you know, I handle all our financial stuff. You trust
Definitely
me well, but you're
verify.
verifying that, okay, lights ain't never been cut off, water ain't never been paid off, look in the account, okay, all bills paid.
Yeah.
And for years, I've shown myself consistent in an area, not to the point that you had to pull it away. But if there ever was a time, I'm sure that you see, hey, why the lights getting cut off? I gave you the money, or the money was there, then I'm sure you would have took over.
Yeah, definitely. We had to sit back down to the table and reevaluate the roles.
But people can't have that conversation if they got all these secret accounts going on. Because how can I bring my whole check, but then I got to kind of like pull $300 out of it?
I mean, even if that's what you do, right? It shouldn't be for something that's secret, right? That's something that your spouse already know you do. Because some people don't bring their whole check. Some people bring they whole check minus whatever they're gonna
you're supposed to
spend
bring
or
all
keep for themselves.
Give me all of you.
Nah, man. Some
Like,
people. I mean, I'm just saying. Some people do that. I don't see a problem with that.
With what?
You keeping your little spinning change and then bring the rest to the. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not talking about spinning change. I'm saying some people can't. We're saying y'all sit down and talk about the finances. I'm saying some people can't do that if I'm not really telling you how much I make.
Right.
So I can't sit down and talk.
Oh yeah.
But I'm feeling like if you're in a committed relationship, bring me all of you. Bring me, just put it all on the table and let's cook.
You got some people that's they're actually living together, right? And I guess they call themselves in a committed relationship, living together, but they still keep their finances separate.
They ain't married.
And still operate in the way that they were before they came together.
Okay, if you living together and you just dating, combining your money ain't for you. That's no commitment. I could leave tomorrow.
Right.
If I'm just living with you and we're paying bills together.
Because what's a commitment?
Right?
No. A commitment is 100%. That's what a commitment is. Partial commitment? Like what? Who wants that?
I don't think I would combine my whole check if we're just dating or living together.
You don't think so?
For what?
So it'll take for that person to say, will you marry me? For you to
It would need to be some ties, because I don't know what happened when people pass away and I just get to say I was with you for 30 years. Do they still honor that law? Like, I don't even know if that's
well, that's a law of the lands thing.
I don't even want to take
7 years.
I don't want to take no risks. No, like, I'm not combining my money with somebody that I just live with, and we're okay. We could say we're in a committed relationship, but we're not married. Like, you could easily leave. I don't know.
I mean, you got to know the person, because I don't think marriage starts or finishes anything.
It made me feel a little more assured. I am not combining my money with somebody I'm just living with. And think about the people who buy homes before they married. And I know a couple of cases like this. Bought a home with somebody before they got married, and then decide they don't want to marry each other. And then guess what happened with that house? Now they fighting over that. Like, I'm not. Married people still fight over that too, but I'm just saying I'm not on that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't combine my money.
Child, she talking trash right now, y'all, but I'm telling you, if we was not married, bro, I'm not, bro, it wouldn't go happen then, because
what wasn't gonna happen?
I'm not finna be living with you and we actually call ourselves being a committed, just being married, we not finna.
So why wouldn't you marry?
We're not finna handle this thing that's like in a way that is best for both of us.
So why wouldn't you marry if you want all the benefits? Why wouldn't we marry?
I mean, you act like you talking to somebody that's like
I'm just
avidly against marriage. Like,
you're not. So you're gonna give me a different answer. But I'm just saying, you want to combine everything and live like we're happy and we're married and not make it official?
I mean, I feel you. No, I can understand that. But I can only understand that if you've tried it, right? And then this person still ain't leading you down the aisle.
The blessings of the Lord wouldn't even be on my money if I combine it with you. Why? Because we're not married. I need the blessing. So I'll keep it single and keep my money separated and let the blessings continue to flow. Combining it, no.
Well, what's
somebody
next?
Probably listening to this right now saying, I'm married and I'm still not combining. Everybody opinion is opinion, but I just feel
for different folks.
Yeah, I just feel like the combining of the marriage, money in a marriage, would save a marriage. I feel like having those tough conversations about finance, which is conversations we avoid, would save the marriage. Like, let's say if that husband would have went to his wife, "Hey, babe, I'm sure he did. Mm-hmm. I'm downsizing. I gotta do Uber to make ends meet." To me, the woman was a bit selfish in this case.
He went to her and asked her, "Hey, let's downsize. I think we should downsize because the stress is too much on me." She said, "Well, I can go back to work." He said, "No, he didn't want her to."
Oh,
right. It's and that's another thing too. Be careful what you agree to, right, at the beginning of that situation, because it is contractual. So what you agreed to, like how y'all gonna handle things and how it's gonna be laid out, who plays what part and everything.
That was his pride.
Like, take that serious. When a person say, when one of these little chicken head city girls say, you find yourself in love with them, but they hit you in the beginning with some, just know that my money is my money and your money is our money. Don't fall for it, because she gonna hold you to it. She gonna hold you to it. There was another story about a female who lost her man because, well, she left the dude when he lost his job. Slept with his one of his friends or something, and it was because she
using the most unhealthiest.
Listen, I mean, these are like
women
our last episode was about toxic relationships, toxic behavior, right, in relationships. This one is also about toxic, really, but it's about toxic behaviors and finances. Like, this is toxic stuff. So if you got people that actually like try to live by that.
But I think in that situation, the first situation, that guy let his pride get the best of him.
That could be true.
When she said, "I'm willing to go back to work," and he said no, that's on him. All that financial stress is on you, because she offered a solution and his pride stopped him and said no. So men got to deal with their pride. You need help. It's okay.
Okay. True
it's okay with real women. I don't know about the other ones that feel like, nah, I ain't working. Like, I'm not working a day in my life.
Right, but that's what you agreed to. That's what the partner agreed to. Then what? They gonna hold them to it, and they got every right to hold them to it. You shouldn't agree to that old. It might sound good on a rap song. My money is my money, and your money is our money. But who gonna live by that? Especially when things happen in life,
my
like
money
real
is
life.
My money. Your money is our money.
Like, babe, don't listen. That's for little girls. Leave that over there in the sandbox.
My money is my money. No, that's not true, babe. Don't say that.
Go ahead.
I think at different income brackets that there is some truth to that.
Go ahead. Tell me.
Like let's say a guy makes a lot of money. And he truly believes in his heart, babe, whatever money you make from the side business you got going on, that's yours. Build your business, focus on the kids. So there are some instances where my money is my money and your money is our money. And it's okay.
I mean, I feel like that's something to where, okay, if that's how the situation...
Because that's what I'm praying for. Like, as we continue to grow and build, my money... Yeah. Different perspective. Right. It's my money.
A different situation, totally.
Different situation.
And I can understand that.
Money is our money.
Okay. I can definitely understand that.
If
that's the case, I can understand that. However, you still working a 9 to 5, that's not the case, right? You might have a good job, right? Don't agree to that.
I'm talking to the fellas.
The fellas. Don't agree to that.
I think we should let them know what our belief is so they can understand where we come from. We already told you all our money is combined. We don't go with this 50-50. It's 100-100. Give all of you. Yeah. I'm going to give all of me. Let's maximize both of our efforts and build. Right. So That's our belief. That's our motto. Whenever we come at y'all, it's going to be in a stance of 100. Yep. 50-50 or 100, 0. Whatever. That's just who we are.
That's who we are.
That's who we are. So back to what you were saying. Yeah. Don't agree to telling these people my money is our money and your money is your money if you can't afford it.
Not if you can't afford it.
If you can't afford it.
Right. Don't do it.
And to the fellas, you came for us. Let me come for them. Stop using y'all money as power. I heard on the radio today, they was asking, would you rather a faithful man that makes no money or a cheater who makes a whole lot of money? I'm like, why they just can't make a whole lot of money and be faithful?
Because you got a lot of hoes out here nowadays who they gonna go for that. And you got
a lot of selfish men out here who will not deny themselves. Like, you can deny yourself. I don't care how many hoes.
First of all, any man who puts his money before, like, in front of him, is a man who lacks confidence, self-confidence, and is a man who doesn't know who he is. That's a man who ain't got no game. He can't speak for himself, so he needs his money to speak for him. Like, that's another thing, like, in today's society. Like, it's a bunch of tricks and hoes. The females that are brought up, that, like, society is, like, really training them to be hoes. And they training these the males to be tricks. So they have no game. They can't get nothing without pulling out some money out their pocket. Like, come on. I ain't come from an era like that.
Stop using y'all money for power.
I ain't come from that. So, y'all know, fellas, the real ones, we know. You ain't got to pull nothing out to get nothing you want. Because
I feel like some
it's not on you. It's in you.
Some guys feel like because they bring all the money to the table, they move to pieces. Hey, if they great at it and it's working and it flourishing and you paying all the bills and I'm safe and I'm secure, hey. But not if you're managing the money, but you kind of controlling me with the money too, in a way. Like, that's toxic. That's unhealthy.
I mean, you got a lot of dudes too that make a lot of money, right? And manage it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it works.
But let me tell you how that could end up being a trap too. Because like I said, you want to minimize the opportunities that you have to mess up. And if you managing all the money is setting traps for yourself, right? Because you're able to hide things from your spouse and you're able to move how you want to move and move how you might not want to move, because of your, conscious wise. You might need to go ahead and include her in that, just to have some accountability. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep y'all safe. Mm-hmm. But as we all know, money, the love of money, is the root of all evil, and power corrupts, and ultimate power corrupts ultimately.
Yeah, if you're in a committed relationship.
I don't want all the power. You know what I'm saying? I don't want all the power. Because the person with all the power is the person that self-destructs. I don't want all the power. You don't have no accountability when you got all the power. When you got all the money. When you're the one with all the... Let me share it. Please. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That way, we keep each other in line. People need accountability. We only human.
You think your friends will call you a sucker because we got a joint account? Well, not your friends. Males. Because your friends, they kind of...
Some might do. But there might be the same dudes who, they want to make sure they have a back door to slip out of. You feel what I'm saying? And we don't live the same. That boy Kendrick say, they not like us. They not like us. Ooh. They not like us.
Hey. If y'all like us, let us know. If y'all agree to joint accounts in a marriage, committed relationship, drop it in the chat. It's like, we want to see how many people own it.
Yeah.
We want to see how many people own it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so talk about those finances, control those spendings. And then you got some people that are just bad with money management. Mm-hmm. That role ain't for you. Money role ain't for you.
That ain't for you.
You ain't got to be great at everything.
Right.
What you ain't good at, pass on to the other person.
Thank you.
And you don't have to do it.
I don't care if you've been doing it all this time.
No, I'm gonna start.
If things happen, right? Like, let's just deal with it. Like I said,
I got
this marriage thing. Okay, but this marriage thing, we gotta kind of like keep it alongside, business, right? It's not totally, it's business and love. Like, but so when the companies, they look for things that happen, right? The news makes a difference in how companies move, right? What's happening in the world? What's happening here? What's happening in the industry? Look at what's happening in your household. The things that happen in your household, in your life, at your, in your job, right? Something changed. Things change, right? A new child, things change. This is the news that you got to pay attention to within your life, right? Inside of your relationship, so that you know how to move. If certain things happen, then we have to come back and reevaluate, what we're doing with the finances and who's doing what with the finances. Right. If we see that you're not able to, and you ain't, then come on, let's switch it. That ain't ain't nobody downing you for it, because it ain't about you. It's about us.
Right.
Right?
But back to your comment you made earlier about
so you gonna bring back some
I
old
got
stuff.
to no before I forget my question, just the intentional dating. You said you don't care how long they've been doing it, right? So they need to ask that person, okay, you've been doing it for this long, how well has it worked? What do you got to show for it? Like, you show me that you know how to manage money, grow money. Just show me. Like,
which date? That's what I want to say. Which date do you feel like it's safe to ask that question
about the money?
Not the first date.
No,
I hope not.
I ain't asking about your money on the first date.
Which date? What number? Give me a number.
I want to say by like the fourth date.
Like the fourth date? You can
the first date, you want to know where they work.
Right.
What's they set up or their situation. By the second day. You writing it down?
I'm writing it down.
By the second day, I'm probably gonna ask you how much you like your job, just to see if you on the verge of quitting or about to get fired.
Right.
Then by the third date, I'm kind of watching where you're taking me out on a date, just to see, like, try to gauge where your money really is. Okay. Then by the fourth date, I gotta hit you with the question. Yeah. So how well do you handle your money?
And I wonder how do men, like, leave something down in the comments. How would you take that as a man? I'm talking to the men. For a woman to be asking you that question on the fourth date, like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's appropriate? Or you feel like it's too soon? Or you feel like, don't ask me that at all? Like, how do y'all feel about that, fellas?
Ladies, make sure you ask, because
me personally, I wouldn't have a problem with it. For one, if a woman going that deep with her questioning, it has to be at an appropriate time, though, right? I ain't even really sure about you, but you coming at me with all this, it's like, yeah, you moving a little bit too fast, man.
But before I get deeply interested in you, I need to know, like. Okay,
but nah, that is an indication to me that she's feeling you, and she's thinking about the future with you in mind, and if you feeling her too, then that's a good thing. Yeah.
So by the fourth date, I'm kind of trying to figure out how you are with your finances, and even if you tell me this glamorous story, because I don't think they're gonna give the honest feedback on that date. But I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch what you're doing. I'm gonna watch how you're driving. I'm gonna see where you living. If I got a friend that kind of work in a bank or something, I'm gonna ask her to see if she could pull something up. Like, there needs to be some investigation.
You're gonna be intentional.
And I'm not saying I dated you because of money. That ain't even my character.
Yeah, but we're talking. Yeah, I understand that. But if you're dating with the intentions of building and being in a committed relationship, which leads to maybe marriage and then you definitely got to take that serious. You got to.
So if you met him at the bar and he had about 10 shots, pay attention to that, because there may be an addiction, and guess what happened with addictions? It depletes money.
Yeah. Somebody got to pay for that.
It depletes, because
ain't nobody buying him no shots.
Right. So just pay attention to behavior, or if this person always in designers, not bashing designers, but it's like, okay, you're a school teacher, you got about 5 Gucci bags. Right. You always in the red bottoms.
Right.
You just a school teacher. All right. Mm-hmm. So it's just something to watch out for. Maybe the check going to, and maybe she'll have no responsibilities at that time, so she can ball out on herself because she'll have no kids or whatever the situation may be. Just make sure that's not an addiction, because guess what happens with that? It brings stress on the relationship. And don't be trying to keep up with the Joneses. I don't even know who the Joneses are. Do you?
I know some Joneses. I like them.
Nah, the real rich Joneses. Not us Joneses. Like this little white picket fence and that. That's what kills a relationship too. So when they talk about finances, is the number one cause of divorce, it's because a lot of couples are trying to keep up with this fake image.
The competition.
What are you called to build? What y'all relationship supposed to look like?
Right.
Everybody's uniquely different. Mm-hmm. So I think just trying to keep up with the Joneses, and we going in debt. Now we bickering because we can't pay this card or that card, or you done maxed out this card.
Exactly.
And that's what create that tension in the relationship.
Yeah.
Really, 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 truly deal with that inner you. Personally, collectively, heal it.
And I know I said something earlier about a man who allows who wants his money to speak for him, right? Because he can't speak for himself. There's another angle to that too, right? To where your money should speak for you. This is in a way that whatever you're about, right? Whatever you're building, your money should speak to you that way. Put your money into things that you are passionate about, things that are helping you solidify a foundation in the future for your family. If that's what you about, your money should say that. Mm-hmm. Right? If all your money telling me is Gucci, Prada, Fendi, this bag, that bag, if that's all your money saying to me, I already know what your future look like. You know what I'm saying? Your money should be saying some other things to me. And when I'm getting to know you in a relationship, your money should say that, this is a responsible person. The bills are never late. Right, determined. They invest for the future. They save up until they can get enough for investment opportunities. They care about their children. You know what I'm saying? If they got children, if that's the situation, right? They care about their upkeep. Definitely look good. But they don't overspend so that they could put on a persona. What is your money saying to that other person? For the ones who are still in the dating phase, what is your money saying? Right? All these guys who like to put money, right? What your money actually saying to these people? And for the females, or even for the dudes too, what is this person money? The way that they use their money, the things they're doing with their money, what is that saying to you about that person?
Sisters, fellas, I know I said by date 4, try to figure out how they handle them finances. By date 8 or 10, I might be pushing it. I might be reaching. Trying to look at that credit score, cause why you late on the
Oh girl, you hot.
Why you late on the credit score? The credit score. Why you late on the cable bill? We need to have a conversation about that. You got a job. Why you late on the cable bill? $50. Why you late? Needs to be a conversation.
It do.
Why you late?
Dang, fella, they coming for the credit score? What they looking like?
No, y'all need to come for it too.
Okay.
Because you don't want to date nobody with a 500 credit score, 400. Y'all need to look at that too.
On a date? Yeah. So y'all got the printouts. Y'all slide them. Y'all slide me yours. Slide me yours. Slide me.
Yeah, we need that.
Slide thing across the table.
I don't even trust the printout. Log into Experience.
Oh.
I don't even want Credit Karma. Log into Experience.
Log into Experience. We ain't even doing Credit Karma, baby. No.
I don't want you to print it out and bring it to me because they got this little thing where you could change up names. I don't want you logging into Credit Karma because they lie.
Yeah, you might be dating a frauder and
log into Experience.
Yeah.
Look at that credit score. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, been late 12 times. Ooh, what happened? What happened there? Okay, you lost your job. You was transitioning. Okay. So I see that you've been current for the past 12 months. Cool.
Well, ma'am, I see you had a lot of. You had a job there with a. It's a long little gap without employment. What did you do?
What?
What did you do between all these gaps of employment?
So you asking for resumes too?
Listen, I need to. Hey. I need to know what I'm dealing with now.
Y'all be intentional about dating, man. Stop just dating for looks. Like, it's so much more. If we be intentional about our dating, paying attention to this stuff, the divorce rate can go down.
Right. And by being intentional, you can find somebody that look good, that fit your type, and they ain't gonna make your life a living hell. Like, we finding people that fit our type and that we attracted to physically, but then our life trying to live in hell, and we feel like that ain't the way to go. Maybe I just need to start trying to date outside my type. No, you just need to be more intentional about people that's your type. Be more intentional about it.
That concludes today's episode. How much money you got in the bank? Nah, I'm just playing y'all. But for real, be intentional with this dating.
Definitely. And we're going to take y'all out on the note. Money, 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 money.
Let me get some. I got to go with the girls.
Huh?
Let me get some. I got to go with the girls.
Girl,
I already got it. It's on the card.
See y'all, man. One-on-one.